Welcome to this explainer. We are going to completely break down the exact path to retraining for a high-demand career using government funding. Look, if you've been feeling stuck in your career, maybe you're facing layoffs, or you're just struggling to get ahead in the current job market, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to dive into a specific roadmap that can completely change your professional trajectory, bridging the gap between where you are right now and a truly rewarding career.
Okay, let's kick things off with a number that should absolutely grab your attention. $28,000. Seriously, what would you do with up to $28,000 to cover your tuition, your books, transportation, and even basic living allowances while you learn? For a lot of us, going back to school just feels completely out of reach financially. But what if that massive financial roadblock was just removed? Well, that is exactly the opportunity we're unpacking today.
That $28,000, that's the funding potentially on the table to help you access hands-on education at a place like George Brown College, so you can learn the exact skills employers are actively hunting for. You aren't just getting a check, you're getting a direct pathway into an industry-connected environment. Imagine getting to train for an occupation that actually has strong labor market demand, all while being fully funded. It's a real game changer. So today's roadmap covers 1. What is Better Jobs Ontario? 2. Who is eligible for funding? 3. The dual application process. 4. Meeting the college requirements. And 5. Next steps and enrollment. Let's get right into it. Section 1. What is Better Jobs Ontario?
Basically, this provincial program provides crucial financial support for people seeking short-term training, typically up to 2 years, to re-enter the workforce in a much stronger position. It's essentially the government recognizing that, hey, the economy shifts, industries change, and sometimes incredibly hardworking people just get caught in the middle. So instead of leaving you to figure it all out alone, Better Jobs Ontario steps in to fund your upskilling. That way you can transition into a job that actually has a strong demand right here in the province.
Section 2. Who is eligible for funding? Okay, so the biggest question on your mind is probably, do I actually qualify for this? Well, if you're an Ontario resident and a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, you're off to a great start. From there, the program is really looking to help folks facing active barriers. So if you're laid off and unemployed, or maybe you were laid off and now you're just working a temporary or part-time gig to scrape by, you could qualify. It also applies to folks from low-income households struggling to find stable work, or anyone currently receiving income support like employment insurance, Ontario Works, or ODSP. If you fit into any of these categories, this funding is purpose-built for you. Section 3. The dual application process. Now, navigating this whole thing requires managing 2 distinct tracks at the exact same time, and you are the bridge in the middle. On one side, you're managing the government track with an employment counselor to prove your eligibility and lock down that funding. On the parallel track, you're managing the school application with George Brown College to choose your program and actually get accepted. Both of these sides need to align perfectly. When you officially apply to your chosen programs on the Ontario College's website, which, by the way, is how you apply to any public college in the province, you're going to hit a really crucial step. You have to specifically indicate that you are a Better Jobs Ontario applicant in the sponsorship section. This is so important because it signals to the college exactly how your education is going to be funded, ensuring your application gets processed with that vital context right from the jump. Section 4. Meeting the college requirements. Getting into college is often the part that makes returning students the most anxious, right? Well, George Brown College offers 2 distinct ways to meet their admission requirements. You can go the traditional academic route, using your official high school or post-secondary transcripts. But, and this is a big but, what if you've been out of school for a long time or you just don't have those documents handy? No problem. If you're 19 or older, you can take the mature student route. This relies on a program-specific admission assessment test instead of your past transcripts. It's a massive relief for adults returning to education. And here is a fantastic hidden perk that removes even more friction. If you end up taking that mature student assessment test, the testing fees are completely waived for Better Jobs Ontario applicants. $0. You just follow the instructions sent to you after applying. It's really just one more way the system is trying to make this entire retraining process as accessible to you as possible. But hang on, what if you look at the program requirements and realize, uh-oh, I don't actually meet these right now. Maybe your math skills are a bit rusty, or your English proficiency needs a little boost. Does that mean the dream is just over? Absolutely not. Seriously, do not panic, because there are multiple safety nets built right in. George Brown offers completely free academic upgrading programs, specifically Program A751, to get your skills exactly where they need to be. There are also part-time ESL programs, online options like ACE Distance or the Independent Learning Center, and even adult classes through the local school board. The main takeaway here is that lacking a prerequisite isn't a dead end at all. It's just a slight detour. The college actually wants you to succeed, and they provide the stepping stones to help you get there.
Section 5. Next steps and enrollment.
All right, so you've navigated the applications and boom, you receive an offer of admission. Now you need to take action. Step 1, you have to accept that offer online at ontariocolleges.ca. Step 2, you'll then receive your official letter of acceptance and a Better Jobs Ontario cost estimate. You'll need to hand those directly over to your government employment counselor to finalize the funding. And step 3, which is incredibly important, you must pay a $500 non-refundable deposit to the college. Now, I want to be super clear about why this deposit is necessary. You absolutely must pay this $500 to secure your seat and register for classes, even while you are still waiting for your final government funding approval. Think of it like a placeholder. College classes fill up incredibly fast, and the school just needs to know you're fully committed while the government paperwork is chugging along in the background.
Once that deposit is paid, you'll log into George Brown's STU View system to grab your class schedule and officially register. That is the moment you officially transition from being an applicant buried in paperwork to being an enrolled student ready to hit the books and join this vibrant campus community.
I know the bureaucracy might initially seem complex, but as we've just seen, it's actually a highly structured, totally doable path. You have a system that is literally willing to invest up to $28,000 to help you adapt to a shifting economy. So the real question isn't how to navigate the paperwork anymore. The question is, in an economy that constantly rewards new skills, can you afford not to take advantage of the funding waiting for you? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.